Hi, welcome back to Conversations with Kanyomozi. If you are joining us for the first time, like, share, subscribe, comment, let us know what you're thinking, listen to the other vlogs, answer a few questions that I always put up. If you are a constant viewer, I love you, thank you for the support. So today's conversation is on power. What is power? What decisions are influenced by power, and how can we distribute power? Great, so let's start by defining power: the capacity of individuals or groups to decide or influence. In the last vlog, we talked about patriarchy, and we came to an understanding that because of the patriarchal system we're in, power is largely held by men. So a lot of the times in the decision-making rooms, there's a lot of men. A lot of the times in many of the conversations, they are men. So who's deciding and influencing in this world right now? It's still largely men. So these are 4 questions that you should ask yourself when we're talking about power. Who gets what? So who gets to decide whether girls are taken to school, whether women get to work, whether women get equal pay in their places of work, whether they get equal chances at promotion? Who gets to decide that? Who has the power? In many of the offices that I have worked in personally, the people sitting at the top of these decisions are usually men. So 1+1. Who does what? Distribution of labor. Now we'll speak about gender roles in length at some point in time, but usually when we talk about who gets to do what, there's a lot of maternal and housekeeping roles that are given to women versus the provision and more leadership roles that are given to men. Who decides what? The decision making. Who's in the rooms? Who's on the table? Who gets a say? I mean, I've seen panels of discussion where they're talking about, say, gender or talking about maternal health, and there are no women on that. There are no women on the panel, and that doesn't make sense to me, because how are you going to speak for me if I'm not on the table to tell you how I want what I want? Who sets the agenda? What is important and what isn't? What can we talk about now and what can't we talk about? What is too much? I shared a post on my IG speaking about us lessening the way we gender language. So instead of saying chairman, let's say chair, because you might not know the gender of a chair. And someone inboxed and said, I feel like now it's too much. Because why? Why is it too much if I say you might not know my gender? Why do you want to assign manhood to me? Just because you assume. All power is structured in relations of domination, exploitation, and conflict. The one who has the power is usually the oppressor. The one who has the power can make the decisions that may influence the way I live my life. So I will bring up a situation where that has been normalized in Uganda. There are offices that we exist in, and to get a place in this office, you have to do certain things with the man in power. And we have normalized that with, that is how it is. Power was also something else that arranges how rape goes about, because rape is not necessarily just an act, but it's an act or a show of power. Another thing we'll put into is power should be redistributed, because feminists, we think that power does not belong to one gender, and what we're fighting for is for us to be in the rooms, for us to equally have the power, so that there's an equal share, there's representation, and choices are made with everyone on the table, not just one gender on the table. Power is seen as a tool of domination, as we've spoken about it. Power is a tool of empowerment. If we're able to redistribute the power, then that's how equality comes about, don't you think? And it is important to note how victims, or how people cope with being victims of inequality and stigma. And I'll bring about, again, power brings about entitlement. And entitlement to our bodies and our clothing choices. So someone's policeman went and wrote an article saying that men are animals or something like that, and they cannot control their urges. And this is a power play, because in the end, when I go downtown to Kubo, whatnot, if you're in Uganda, and you probably know where that place is, and men are groping and mishandling me, they understand that there's nothing that's going to be done to them. They have the power to touch me the way they please, and I'm just going to continue to walk because I cannot necessarily fight them. And so now women have normalized that when you go downtown, you dress like this, you act like this, you do like this, so that the amount of harassment you face is not as much, which is a big lie. So I would like to give a quote that Antonio Guterres gave on power is not given but taken. So how are we going to ensure that we take back power? Not by being good women, obviously, but by actively making decisions, and also our allies need to actively make decisions on redistributing power. So yeah, that's our conversation on power. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell me how you guys are going to be taking power. This is Conversations with Kanya Mozi.